Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's new series of how-to, we are going to look at how to ride RMC or Rocky Mountain Construction. Now these are roller coaster types which are pretty much all over the US mainly, but there are a couple, for example, in Sweden and Holland and Japan, so they're kind of around. They're a very distinctive roller coaster type. Effectively, they're usually redone models of older roller coasters, and you can tell this because they usually have mad colour tracks, and the roller coaster will do some insane manoeuvres and stuff like that. Now, the only things people usually have a problem with is actually the train / lap bar restraint system itself. It's very heavy, quite bulky, and can be really uncomfortable. And I will be honest, I actually thought this when I originally went on Twisted Colossus for the first time. I thought the ride was spectacular, but I thought the actual restraint lap bar thing was really uncomfortable. It killed my shins, not particularly enjoyable. But since then, and having gone on quite a few more, I have come up with a way of dealing with it, and hopefully this will help you ride it. So obviously, before we get started, thing number one is obviously take your own safety very seriously. Don't leave yourself, being exposed or in any sort of trouble. Obviously, it's all getting airtime is really important, and hang down and all that sort of stuff. But staying in the roller coaster train is by far and away the most important thing. So thing number one is obviously these rides usually have a seat belt. So you want to do that relatively tight, not crushing into you, but comfortably, like you're on an airplane, that sort of thing. And then what you want to do is slide yourself slightly forwards, maybe bend your legs over, effectively just making it so that that bar hits slightly higher up, or on your so it hits your upper legs / groin sort of area, so you tend to get a little bit more space. When the ride operators usually push it down, that just means you are in a better position for it not coming down and trapping your leg. What I say is you want to be able to usually get your hand underneath, between your legs and the lap bar. If it's, for example, you can get your entire fist under there, maybe just drop it down a little bit yourself. Obviously, again, safety first. Now, what you want to do mainly is, and this does sound quite strange, is you kind of almost want to, not say sacrifice, but you want to use one of your legs, doesn't matter which one, to effectively rest against the shin guard, which is the second part of the restraint system keeping you in the roller coaster. And effectively what you're going to do is you're going to push your foot all the way forward and effectively engage with that and keep it where it is. Now on the small scale RMCs you can actually do this very subconsciously. You don't really get any pain or anything like that on it at all. It's actually very, very natural and comfortable, and it enables that the lap bar doesn't move down during the ride, so you're free to experience all sorts of insane elements without any force or pressure acting upon your the restraint and pushing it down slightly against your body. On the larger scale RMCs, it's a tiny bit more difficult. You have to at least spend some effort making sure your foot stays there, but even so the reward is far worth it, as you get airtime pretty much on every single element. I mean, Twisted Colossus and was one ride where I had it where I would love to go on it now and just see the difference between their systems. But for example, Twisted Timbers, Storm Chaser are two small scale RMCs which I use this for, and they are brilliant because of it. I was getting airtime all over the place for them, and if it wasn't for the seat belt, nah, not quite, But and then, for example, for a slightly larger scale one in Lightning Rod, it still worked perfectly well, but it just took a little bit of extra effort to stay put there. Now, that's how I would do it. That's my recommendation. Effectively, you want to make sure you sit slightly forward. You want to use your leg as effectively a bit of a brace, and you want to make it so, for example, it doesn't go all the way down. Now, as I've said many times for this video, you want to make sure you are safe and secure. Obviously, that is the most important thing. So don't push your luck with it. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you have any tips of how to ride RMCs, please put them down below. And if there's anything you think I've missed or want to be clarified on as well, get in touch with me as well. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.